All right, what's up, everybody? Another episode of Verbal Garbage coming at you live. Today we got a very special guest, gentleman who I've known through my work days from Snap-on. For all my friends up in the Northeast, it's time for you to travel through the swamps and the jungles and meet a real Florida man. Nick, what's up? Tell us about yourself. Where are you working at? What's going on, buddy?
I work for Skyworks,
Oh.
heavy equipment in Fort Myers.
Oh yeah.
We get shit done.
That diesel mechanic life, dog. Like, what's that like every day, going in and seeing these giant machines and knowing you got to conquer them? I mean, what's going through your head? Are you like going in with a little bit of a buzz? You like going in sober? Talk us through that.
Yeah, gotta go in sober working on heavy equipment. That shit will kill you. But yeah, just drink some pre-workout.
Yeah.
Sit down for like 15 minutes.
Damn. So we're even dosing the pre-workout even when we're not working out, huh?
Absolutely.
These are some uncharted territories. What's the thought process on that? Have you tried non-pre-workout and pre-workout? Notice the big difference with no crashes or an early morning, because you start what, 6 a.m.?
Yeah, I clock in at like 5:40, so I usually start working at like 6:10.
So I imagine with that kind of schedule, you're getting tons of sleep, right? That 7 to 9 hour window. We're covering that, right, buddy?
It's great when you got two other roommates that are the same age as you, and usually don't get to sleep till about 12 or 1. So it's pretty nice. 5 hours.
5 hours?
Yeah.
How'd that roommate situation come about? You meet them on like Craigslist, put an ad out, or you know the guys, or?
No, I've known the one kid for like 15 years, and then the other one, he kind of just came along.
Damn. So how long you been living with these guys? Because I've, even when I was living with my sister, and living with people is just a tricky, it gets in the way. You can have these dynamics of just how people live and such that affect you. Has that been an issue at all? Or you guys kind of have your boundaries set and know not to cross?
No, it's all good. The house is pretty good. I mean, I trust these people. I wouldn't be having no randos live with me, but try to just get along and have a good day.
Oh yeah. So you just got done pumping the weights, pumping the juice. Are we incorporating any foreign substances in this pre-workout routine? Or are we going, just a creatine and the natural? There's no shame on here. No shame.
This is dab territory. You got to take a nice little dab where you go do some weights, because it just ain't the same.
But are we doing any kind of injections, if you're catching my drift?
Nah.
Damn. So we're doing this all clean. We're getting the bowl clean and natural.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever thought about searching for a vein and sticking it somewhere? Or?
Oh nah. I got enough testosterone in me. I don't need extra.
It's funny you say that, because I remember like when I first started working, I remember like you came on the truck and I noticed the cowboy boots right away. Is that a staple of the everyday getup? We wear the cowboy boots to the gym.
Gotta have the steel toe boots for work, but nah, you gotta wear for your own to the gym. Can't be sticking out like a sore thumb now.
Well, so I was talking earlier about you. I was kind of throwing some jabs your way, and feel free if you got any beef with me or anything you want to pick at. The bald, stupid head, the glasses, attack. But we were talking about the glory workouts. Some of these meatheads out there that simply just do the curls and the curls for the girls, trying to get the big biceps. What's your focus when you're getting into that gym? Are we cardioing it? Are we doing strictly weights? Tell us.
I usually don't do cardio because I'll do like some cardio throughout the week, but I usually try to just switch up muscle groups and do like arms together, bis and tris, and then back on one day.
Okay, so let me just paint a little scenario for you real quick. Let's say you're middle of the set, mid rep, right? We're doing crazy weight, we're curling it, we're getting it up there, and some little young whippersnapper comes up and takes your phone and decides to run away. How do you approach this situation due to your lack of cardio preparation? Is this going to be a...
I ran track in high school. That's the comment I'm going to leave that at.
But Nick, cardio over time, if you're not working on it, it tends to dissipate a little bit.
Listen, brother, those work.
You think you're Mr. Biotic Man just because you're a Floridian?
No,
brother.
I can still run.
Okay. Have we thought about just mixing in like the little stationary bike, a little stair stepper?
I used to do stairs and bike when I went with other people, but
Now
just
it's a
right.
solo regiment.
Yeah.
You going right from Skyworks to the gym, or you coming home and getting some more pre-worky?
Gotta come home and walk this little girl.
Oh, hell yeah. What is that, a Chihuahua?
She's a Chiweenie. She's like top Chihuahua.
What is it? Half what?
She's it's like a Dachshund and a Chihuahua mix, so it's a Chiweenie.
That wiener dog, son. Let's go. My next door neighbors growing up, they had two identical twin wiener dogs, and Duke and Willow. Shout out. Love those guys.
Oh yeah.
So are you originally, we were talking earlier, I was telling some of my friends that I got this, I was telling them you were roided up. So that's a compliment. By the way, if someone says you're on roids and you're not, like, name a bigger compliment, son, right? So are you originally from Florida, or are you from one of these other neighboring states?
No, I was born and raised in Fort Myers. Well, I was born.
Fucking go, baby. Do you guys realize how rare this is? We got a Fort Myers born and raised boy on the pod. Let's fucking go.
Yep, turn up.
Yeah. We see all these crazy things on Instagram, the pages and stuff, all dedicated strictly to Florida man. Off the top of your head, don't go too crazy. Are there any insane stories you can think of from high school or college, or any of those time frames of your life that you can think of with Florida man instances? There's got to be something.
Catching gators while fishing.
You yourself?
Yeah, me and my friend in like 9th grade, me and my friend Jason, during the summer, we didn't work. So, we were in 9th grade. So we would just fish all summer. And you got to bring yourself a nice treble hook every now and then, just in case you see them.
No, for the novices out there, myself included, treble hook. What are we talking here?
It's basically like like a grappling hook, like in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's fishing hooks.
So you just be out casting a normal line, trying to get normal fit, regular run-of-the-mill fish. What kind of bait? Were you guys getting knee deep in the swamps yourself, like the Floridians, and harvesting your own bait, or were you getting them for outside sources?
I mean, we had to drive out to the trails. You couldn't walk there, but crankbaits and lures and shit.
And what, the gator just bit onto that?
No, you don't. I mean, you can catch them with a crankbait, but usually you put the treble hook on when you see them, and that thing, as long as your line don't break, you're gonna have a good fight.
So I'm still struggling to comprehend this. You're literally casting a normal fishing rod, and the gator's biting on. You're reeling it in.
Yeah, with the fishing pole.
Do those have like weight? I know that I don't fish or anything, but do those have like weight restraints? Different rods have limits that they can go to, or is it all depending on the line you get, or?
Light rods, medium rods, and heavy rods, but usually we just fish with like medium freshwater rod.
Did you grow up fishing like from an early age? Were you right on the water growing up? Did you live like on a lake or something, or?
There's like a lake like not even 50 yards from my mom's house that I grew up at. So I started fishing at like 5 or 6 years old.
Sneaking out of that. Hey, Chiweenie, that's enough. This is my time.
Yeah.
No, but like, what did you ever? I know this again. Some of these are going to be really stupid because I'm not that outdoorsy type folk like you, wearing the cowboy boots, strutting through the sewage. But were you catching fish that you could eat, or were you throwing everything back just for sport? Like,
bass, freshwater is like catch and release. It's mostly just like the sport of it.
Imagine, a 6-year-old Nick coming home and feeding the family at such a young, ripe age and already providing. So I had visions of that. Yep. Harvesting your catch from the day. Do you grow up with any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I got one brother, but yeah, it's just a dude.
What's that? Sorry, sometimes the mic's going in and out on that country bandwidth.
No, it's just a duo, just me and my brother.
Oh yeah. Now you recently evolved. You don't care about me talking this into just got your own AK. Now you're looking into getting some more porky type of hunting, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to go hawk hunting for my birthday in December. But
you and I have talked about this a little bit. Like, the first time you go, are you gonna do a guided hunt, or are you gonna go with just friends on a dune buggy, or what's gonna go on?
I mean, I would like to not have to pay for a guided hunt, but I don't really know anyone.
I feel like you're country enough to rub some necks with some other country folk and find out there.
No,
I resisted the redneck joke. You see that? That was good, right?
It's all good, really.
So yeah, for like I said, for those of you who don't know, Nick and I have I see him the way my job and he obviously goes to work every day, crazy long hours. I see him, I'm scheduled to see him once a week. So we talk, I'm honestly, that's one of my favorite stops. There's 4 or 5 guys there that are just super cool, always down to earth, never bitching and complaining. It's just a fun time. So we see each other for probably, I don't know, 20 to 40 minutes a week. So this is the first time, and this is kind of what I want to do, just sit down and ask these weird, upbringing or hobbies or anything like that, just questions for people I don't know so well. So Nick, you feeling okay so far? Everything all good?
Oh yeah, just
No
trying
pressure,
to.
right?
Oh,
Your dog's great. If there's a couple interruptions, we got a ton of dog livers that listen. So it's a big deal.
heard my roommate come home, so she had to let everyone know that she was there.
Now, how does that work? Is your dog like kind of, I don't want to say constrained to your room, but like, could you let the dog roam free in the house right now? Or is that kind of your room? Yeah.
I just keep her in here that way. She kind of, I can keep an eye on her, and she likes my roommate's dog. He's got a pit, so they.
Oh damn! So they mingle. Let's go, baby. Did you get?
She's a 50 or 60 pound pit. So.
Wow. Almost. Is that smaller for a pit bull? I don't even know, honestly.
Not 50, 60 pounds. It's like a normal one, but I mean, purebreds. Some of them pits can get up to like 100 pounds. Yeah, it's
Did you have that your Chiweenie? Dude, I love how she like poses in the back. It's such a great back. I'm gonna try to make that, like the thumbnails for the YouTube video. I'm gonna try to make that the thumbnail. What was I just gonna say? Yeah, so like I said about the pig hunting, you've never done that. You're starting to get into that. What kind of other hunting and outdoor shit have you done growing up in Florida? Because like I said, I was never. You obviously probably grew up fixing cars and doing all that kind of shit.
Yeah, but I mean, we used to just fish a lot. I mean, we like used to try to go shoot birds, for like try to go get some doves, but not too many around here.
I don't know if you listened to any of my previous episodes, but I talked about in New Jersey, like the squirrels are completely different than they are in Florida. Like down here, they just seem like to kind of mind their own business and stuff. But in New Jersey, bro, they would like get into our trash cans, eat our plants, get into our house. So my dad had a fucking running tally next to our kitchen sink. Anytime a squirrel would come out, it would just be funny. He would be sitting there like out back drinking a coffee or sitting there watching TV, and he would see him and he would call for me and my brother, grab the gun. And we would go scurrying, looking for the gun, trying to find his pointed pellets. He'd execute the kill shot. He'd go to the little list next to the sink, write down another body. So, naturally, my brother and I evolved into that and started getting our own little air rifles and pellet guns and hunting our own. So squirrels really, as far as I've ever gone. So have you gotten anything bigger than that, or is that kind of?
I mean,
like rabbits or something like that. I could see you eating some frog legs or rabbits.
I mean, I've had frog legs, yeah. But also it tastes like chicken.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta give me something better than that.
It's like, I don't want to say it's like flaky. It's kind of like, depends. It can be like muscly, but still tender. It's weird.
Yeah,
not like muscly.
I'm very texture oriented. And I'll tell you what, if you're trying to pitch me on that, no. Sorry, but no frog legs for me.
I'm good on that, bro.
So what are you planning on? Is your like just you and a couple buddies going out for the pig hunt for your birthday, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try to get my dad or my brother to go, but
that'd be so sick, bro. Do you have a birthday right around Christmas, or is it early in the month, or?
Yeah, it's the 27th.
Oh, dude, those are the fucking worst, dog.
That's the best.
I'm sorry, no, because you're gonna get shafted one way or another. You know what I mean? Like,
you always get the one side of that.
I was gonna say, someone's like, one year they're going birthday heavy, and I should have gone Christmas heavy. Or some years they might divvy it up so Christmas doesn't feel as sweet as it did last year. Man, I feel for that, dog.
That's awesome.
You gotta have Christmas be its own separate entity. It's not like some of these folks growing up. You can't probably relate to this, but in New Jersey, there was a ton of half breeds. You'd get the half Jewish, half Christian / Catholic types.
Oh yeah, no.
So they're fucking celebrating Hanukkah, and then they get the Christmas, the double dip, and I'm like, they're getting off for both the times, and I'm like, what do you like? You can't have it both ways, and it's like,
like we're gonna give you like $10 worth of stuff on Hanukkah because it's a nice sacred Jewish holiday, and then we're
dude,
with the toys on Christmas because it's America.
Like I would, I would go to people's houses because, like I said, I grew up on the east side of a town called Cherry Hill, and like the east side was extremely Jew heavy, and then the west side was more, my folk. So on the east side, like I went to the East Side Elementary School, but then I went over to the West Side High School. So I like met a whole different group of cats, and
Different people.
yeah, it was just awesome. And that's like, I was friends with still all the people in my neighborhood that went to that school, but I was also ingratiated with the people that I'm still friends with, some to this day. I mean, did you keep track with a lot of your high school buddies or not so much? Like I definitely lost touch with a good amount.
I mean, I still got friends from like kindergarten, but yeah, I still got like high school friends.
But I guess that's also, you're still so fresh out of high school too. What are you, 22, 23?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, once you get up, start racking up a couple more years, and if you ever have to move, unfortunately, like I moved from Jersey to here, so it's definitely naturally gonna shift apart and lose some contact. So definitely gonna try to be getting more of them on here and trying to talk some shit with them and have fun. And they're gonna be hearing you and fucking loving what they hear, dog. These Floridian cats need a voice and need a platform, and I'm happy to provide that. Let's transition over to something we've talked about a couple times, and the online dating world, Nick. This is is this off limits, or are we cool to go here?
That's funny.
I feel like we could definitely pick your brain on this. And
oh yeah.
So like when you go on there, is it simply a smash and grab, or is this are we looking for some long-term diesel wife material, or what's going on?
I mean, listen, man.
Tell us.
I'm looking for the one, but
yeah,
not every bounty hole got just one. That's
okay. See, these Floridian boys cut deep is what you guys don't realize. They may seem, simple on the outside, but you start picking their brains and asking questions, and you'll see the core. Now, have we tried multiple different, or are we focusing on one different app, like one specific app? How's the diversity? How's that going?
I mean, they're all pretty much the same bullshit, but you just gotta see what goes down. You can't expect too much, though. You gotta
do they have like filters on there for like age range and shade and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Are we pretty particular? Or are we open season?
Listen, man. 18 to 32 is like, all right.
That's my demographic. So maybe we'll no, there's no one listening that's interested. I'm sorry.
I mean, unless they got money, then that's cool. But
sugar daddy, how you feeling about that? I mean, truly, I have no shame. It's a dream. If you can meet someone 30, 40 years old and just rich and set, you tell me you wouldn't just fucking, in your case, go shoot pigs all day. Me, I would just cook food and do jujitsu. Like, is sugar daddy something you want to do, or you think you go stir crazy from not working?
I mean, I have to be busy.
Yeah.
I don't sit around. I mean, if I was working on my own cars and
I was just gonna say, I have a proposition though for you, Diesel Daddy. This is what would happen. Sugar Mommy would buy a stable of cars. You're in charge. You're the car guy, right? So you dictate, hey, I want this car, I want this car, I want this car, and then you constantly are working on them and have upkeep. So you're pretty much staying at home. You're doing something like that. Was something I wanted to ask. Is working on the diesel and heavy equipment, is that still something you're enjoying on a day-to-day basis, or is it more of just chasing the check?
No, I enjoy it.
How'd you get into that? You started working on cars, obviously, when you were younger, or motorcycles, or what was it? And just evolved?
I mean, a little bit of everything. I mean, I had like a couple little bikes when I was younger, but never really did
dirt bikes. Or?
Yeah, but I mean, mostly just working on my dad's cars and trucks and shit. And then when I got mine.
And what age were you starting that? Like 12, 13, younger than that?
I mean, you ever seen the mechanic memes? It's like you'll learn so much working on a car with your dad holding the flashlight.
I was gonna say, man, I'll never ever blame it on my dad, but me and my brother definitely are not the most handy bunch, right? Like my dad can pretty much do anything. Like he's about to turn 80 this year, and I'm telling you, like toilet problems, car problems, sink, anything, he can do it all. And I'm like, me and my brother just never had that in us. And there'd be times when we were younger, we would be trying to like, he'd come out and have us trying to show us stuff, and we would ask one question, he'd be super short and snap at us and give me the damn thing. So it's just like, and me and my brother, like, I'm not gonna speak for my brother, but I'm a little more the sensitive type, and I'm like, if you can't help me nicely, like, I'm not interested. So I'm not blaming my lack of handiness on that, but was your dad pretty helpful with that? If you had a question, would he let you pick his brain, or was he just more, shut up and hold the flashlight, boy?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So what was that? Was that like curiosity, stubbornness? What was it that made you kind of want to go and look for yourself what he was doing? You know what I mean? Like, do you remember the first time?
I just like working on shit.
Oh yeah.
Fun. I mean, it's not fun when you're chasing an electrical issue for a day. Not fun.
Well, that brings me to my next point. Tuesdays are the days that I see Nick, and we had a smoking hot deal on the truck today, Nick, and
oh god,
happened to victimize you. Now, tell the people about what a digital thermal imager by Snap-on Tools can do for you on a day-to-day basis.
I mean, honestly, I haven't used it, but I know what it's good for.
So right away, it's funny because Josh typed it up last week, and for those of you who don't know, Josh is my boss. He typed up a quote for Chris, who I'm not going to say is Nick's boss, but he's your superior, right? I mean,
yeah,
he's a superior. So Josh typed up a quote for him last week, and then he's like, "Who'd you sell it to?" I sold it to Nick. He's like, "Oh, well, for how much?" And I was like, $1,100. He's like, "Oh, you didn't follow the quote I did for Chris?" Not quite. So just so you know, bro, I'm sticking my fucking limb out for you, and I know you might not need it right now. Yeah. But it's gonna help with does it help with electrical issues, or is it more for leaks and shit? Like what's
I mean, technically if you were trying to see if someone's getting excessively hot, it would probably glow hotter on the spectrum, like in the colors, but mainly checking like bearings getting hot inside of metal. You can't like look through the metal, but that thing can. So kind of works.
Honestly, like I've only seen it demoed once, like on the truck, and then you guys were fiddling around with it today. And it's a funny thing, like when you work for a company like Snap-on, I mean, you'll say they're price gouging, they're expensive, all that, but I'm like, when you're in my position, the name almost, I don't want to say it sells itself, but they obviously make quality stuff. And then when you got someone like me, a goofy little kitty cat showing up to the shop each week, dressing up in costumes and bringing that energy, it just makes you a little more susceptible to buy and, make a big purchase like that. So obviously, I want to thank you for the purchase. That helps me and helps my day. And I'm just trying, I know it sounds cliche, I'm here trying to help you guys out. And I know you're going to get good use out of that until 2 months later, it starts having an issue and breaking and fucking ruins my day, ruins your day. And that's a circle of life, baby, Listen,
I probably shouldn't say this, but as long as I keep the hydraulic oil out of it, we should be fine.
Check it. But, just with the electronics and technology these days, things are just susceptible to breaking down and having issues. And I'm got a wooden desk. I'll knock on wood here, but it seems like every day, like I was telling my brother today, or else might have been telling you too. No, it might have been too early. I got all hyped up because I had like that techno truck following me a month or two ago. They're specializing in like equipment, scanners and stuff like that, diagnostic scanners for cars. So I ended up getting my first scanner sale out of that. It was like a $12,000 scanner. Like not even a month and a half later, dude, this guy's already had 3 major issues. I had to go pick it up today and send it back for repair. So I'm like, and that's the kind of thing, like, it just makes me feel terrible. I'm showing up every week. I'm trying to do my best, but I can't offer a solution on the spot there. And, it just sucks because you're a people pleaser like me and you try to make everybody happy and have everybody smiling. And it's just not the reality of it. And, like you and your guys at the shop are an exception, but a lot of these guys, man, in this industry, you'll admit, they're tough to deal with. They have their own set of ways and, just like everybody. You can say that about any walk of life in any profession.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say any names, but, there's just some older techs, cranky old men. They try to bring you down.
Oh, dude, it's like
stuff all the time.
There's a couple of them that like I've gotten cool with now, and but when it first started, there was this one guy, and I'm not gonna say, I'll try not, but I constantly do.
I'll try not.
Yeah. Pretty much I would show up every week and he's, there's all the younger guys, which I'm a groomer of sorts. I try to get these young kids with candy on the truck and see if I can get them in debt. And that's unfortunately the nature of the beast. But, so I'd be getting 6, 8, 10 guys out there on the truck talking, trying to pitch them on shit, stuff I don't know anything about. So it's already a challenge. And then we get this geezer coming on and, oh, this is a ripoff here. You can get it from the other truck for this and that, and just talking all this shit. And one day I was just like, yo, motherfucker, if you're going to come on here and literally, like, if you're going to come in here and be negative, get the fuck out. Like, go work on your cars and keep your negative energy out of here. I'm trying to do my thing and learn. So fuck off. And now he comes on and he's, oh, you should buy that. And he's helped me out a little bit. So it's cool. But like you said, man, there's just some of these guys that get stuck in their ways. They think they know more than other people and it's their way or the highway. And
can't learn nothing from something younger than you.
Well, I was going to ask you that too. Like, do you enjoy, I mean, day to day, you guys kind of have a little bit of, I'm not going to say free roam, but you get to kind of be a little individual, if you will, and kind of roam and do your own thing. And then when you do have someone giving you orders. It's Chris. So do you like having someone younger, closer in age as a boss? Because I think I've always responded better to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of easier. I don't want to say like older people are hard asses.
No, I didn't mean it like that, but
yeah,
it's almost like you can, like Chris is close to your age, and I've seen you guys goof around and make jokes, and it's almost like you can have that sense of humor that sometimes gets lost in the age gap when it gets a little bit older. Like I know my boss is only, I think, 15 years older than me, and we have a very similar sense of humor, and we're always giggling and talking shit, and definitely trying to get him on here. Have him. I'll go over to his house and do it live in person. And trust me, this guy's got some crazy fucking stories. I don't know how many he can tell, but he's got some awesome shit to talk about. So, bro, I just this is something I'm really enjoying doing. It's a huge passion for mine right now. I'm just trying to balance it and not get too consumed by it, but I'm really appreciative of you. Like I've mentioned it a couple times throughout the weeks. Hey, would you want to come on and talk? Because I've never really known people, obviously meet them now at work, but people like you that do your kind of work. And I just think it's interesting. And, I'm so tempted to ask you like little technical questions about these things, but I feel like that'll be a whole other language. Yeah. But I'm just like trying to figure out these learning curves when you're on these crazy, like, what are you working on? Just give people an idea. Like you're fucking working on the insides of like the motors of forklifts and like, what is it?
Yeah.
Like big shit.
Yeah. I mean, excavators, skid steers, I mean, pretty much everything, little dingoes, but.
And what would you say is the most, if you had to like pick up the most common issue or repair you're running into, could you pinpoint that, or is that kind of tricky?
It just matters about maintenance. People just don't take care of their shit, run them to the dirt, and then they're like, why'd it break? It's like, I don't know, maybe because you have like no coolant, your oil's old as shit, your service is like 500 hours overdue.
And these are all things that you get and you can notice within 10 minutes of just a basic check.
I mean, the equipment don't lie. You can just look at it and see if someone's beat the shit out of it. I mean,
now, do these guys get like warranties on? Because I'm struggling to comprehend like this equipment's not cheap by any means. The parts aren't cheap. The labor's not cheap. So why such neglect? What do you think is?
People just say they don't have the time to have it down because when the machine's not running, the paper's not flowing. So people worried about money, and then they just run it until it sits there for months, and then they get mad about it.
So stupid. So do you guys like subcontract, or do you get where like there's like United Rentals around and all that? Like, do you do work on them, or like how is that is that a competitor in your like?
That's mainly a competitor. I mean, customers, they buy United Rentals equipment, and then after they'll just bring it to us for service and maintenance.
Oh, is that right?
So, I mean, technically, it will just have like the United Rentals sticker, but it's their machine, whatever JLG or skid steer, whatever they have.
Whose machine? Sorry, I must have missed that. Whose machine?
The customer, like United Rentals, they do the same thing as us. We do sales, service, and rental. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So like I go to like you guys, All Star, and United and Sunbelt. Those are all like competitors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Team Skyworks, baby.
Oh yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on me having? I'm pretty cool with two of the guys over at All Star. What are your thoughts on me having a competitor on? Is that gonna like ruin the friendship, or are we treading dangerous waters there? Or what are we talking?
We're all just working. We all just like to talk shit.
I know, I'm just playing.
It's just mechanic banter, just trying to be slick and see what you can get away with saying.
Well, the ideas flow like water, Nick, and you just sparked my next idea. We could do the rental rivalries, perhaps. Do a little series and get Josh and Will on one side and you and Chris on the other, and just kind of set up a little game show, a little trivia. That would be very hard to organize, but like I'm just going to come up with goofy. Not saying this is goofy, but just have different people on that I don't know super well. Just talk to, have fun. Yeah. Different job. Like I don't know if you follow much MMA. I think we've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah, I watch MMA.
I'm not ashamed to say it. I'll officially say he's my friend. But yeah, me and Nico, like I've been asking him for a while to get him on the podcast. And initially when I texted him, he said, how much? And I'm like, motherfucker, you think I can pay for podcast appearances right now? So the last time I saw him in jiu-jitsu, he definitely agreed we're going to do something. So I don't know if it's going to be like myself or me and my brother going to his house and watching the UFC fight and then kind of just talking and sitting around a table and doing something like that, or just go over there and do some rolls and talk after that. Just something fun. But If you know any weird, funny dudes that you grew up with, I'll literally get a stranger on here and just ask them about like any of your wild hunting buddies or anything like that. Like I'm just interested in talking to people and just asking. For me, like I was telling my last friend, when it's someone like you, Chowini, I only got 8 minutes left, babies. See how quick this went? Amazing. So like when you're the two people I've talked to so far, well, I was hosting with my one friend, my former friend, just kidding, my friend Mike. So we were, no, we're totally cool. We were doing it together. Our time ran out, and then I had my first interview with someone I've known for like 15, 20 years on, and then one of my best friends that got canceled, so I had to delete that episode. But when there's these pauses and lulls in the conversation, you know, we can kind of just go back to the old stories and never have the dead air. With you and other people, I don't have that luxury. So it's a really good mental exercise for me to try to be on the spot and not let any pauses occur and not let any dead air time happen. And it's a super big challenge for me to try to keep you engaged, not talk too much, because I know I do that a lot. But
no, that's all good, dude.
So like I said, we got probably about 7 minutes left. Is there anything that any topics that you wanted to cover? I've been kind of steering the ship right now. So
I mean, I would just ramble on about Florida shit probably for hours.
Well, so give us a quick something a pet peeve, something you've noticed in Florida you don't like, something you've traveled to other states and like the way they do it or they don't do it compared to Florida. Let's do something. Give us something.
Everyone claims that Florida's barbecue ain't shit and this and that, but come on. At the end of the day, you can't be hating on them. Fresh smoked ribs.
So if you had do you go to like food trucks that have smokers, or what's our go-to here? You go to restaurants?
But
sorry, you went out there, Nick. I couldn't hear you.
I said most of them got smokers on the back. I mean, a lot of people have to have so much shit prepared, and then you would sell out of it so quick. That's why they constantly have meat rolling.
I can't even imagine, dude. As someone who's just started getting into the art of meat smoking, you know, you could be doing one pork butt for 18, 19 hours, and then to shred that up and to sell it and give it away like that, it'd be crazy. But at least you're making money off it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know when you slave over that, man, and people appreciate it, it's a super satisfying feeling. Just like, I know this might sound corny, but after you guys put so much work into your machines and get them done, you can return them back to customers. And I don't know if you get to firsthand see the gratitude, but I imagine that's got to be a good feeling, knowing, especially when it's a challenging job, that you've gotten over that.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time, some of the customers are not in the, I don't want to say freshest attitude, because some of them do have some reasons to be mad, but I'm just the guy fixing it. Like,
welcome to my fucking job, dude.
If you want your equipment fixed, I'd probably advise you to not yell, because
is yelling gonna make me make your thing fix faster, bitch? I've never understood that.
Like, it's usually not us, it's usually parts or communication through whatever, but it's usually not a big deal. But like some of the equipment going back and forth with tech support and then having to like make sure everything is filed correctly, it's just a nice fun thing.
All these little headaches.
Yeah.
So what is like you're saying Florida barbecue? I'll be honest. I knew there's a lot of like Kelly and Dave. They have an amazing food truck. I don't know if you've ever tried them. They're always on Pine Island. But like, what is it? Does Florida barbecue have a certain staple or a certain thing to it?
I mean,
you know, like Carolinas does like the pulled pork with the coleslaw.
Oh yeah, they got their like specialty sandwiches. I mean,
bro. Oh my god.
But yeah, fresh gator in freaking all them other states.
But are we doing gator barbecue, or you can't be conflating the seafood and the barbecue now? You say you want your own Florida barbecue on island. Stick to the island, dude.
I'm pretty sure you can smoke gator. I just don't know how it tastes. But barbecue, I mean, ribs, if you cook them the right way, you got the right seasonings on them, anyone can have good ribs. But every signature, like you said, pulled pork with coleslaw.
Didn't you have a roommate that was dabbling in the smoking of the meats and he fucking almost started a house fire?
Oh yeah.
Because I was just gonna tell you, you should get into a smoker, because you could buy one I got one for $230 or $250, and I've been a wizard, truly Harry Potter on the smoke shit. So that's something you thought about circling back to, or not worth losing a home to?
No, we still. It's just that grill happened to do something. I think like the smoking element like flared up.
You got to be on top of that grease maintenance, son. You know, it's a thankless, glorious job, but
Yeah.
you better believe, like I'll tell you, just so it doesn't sound super weird, it's gonna sound fuck it. The build-up's making it more weird, but I always call myself Fred. I was gonna say Freddy's not afraid to scrub the grease. Like every time I'm done smoking, I keep it on, I put a little extra wood in there, let it cool down, and I get to scrubbing the door and everything. It's fucking a maintenance fucking nightmare. But you know, unlike these lazy customers, I'm willing to get my damn neck dirty, put my arm out on the line. So
Yeah.
you know, any other qualms to pick? I've never really heard about the Florida barbecue beef. I've never heard anyone dissing it. So this is something we're gonna have to elaborate on in the coming episodes.
I mean, if someone has something to say about Florida barbecue, they probably haven't had good barbecue because you can't deny good.
Now I've had multiple trucks down here at barbecue, and I've been impressed with all of them. So there's that one, like deep down south barbecue. Have you ever seen that with the huge getup?
I don't think so.
It's like two separate trailers. They're always on Fowler.
Oh yes.
I've heard like that the line takes forever and it's so long. So I'm curious. Like Kelly and Dave is the only barbecue truck I've had, and it was phenomenal. So you've had them?
No, but if you ever see Big Smoke, it's a big red food truck. You have to try their.
Where's that around?
I mean, I think they have an actual restaurant now, but he used to pull up at like Sunshine and 82 and just be out there, and me and my brother would go out there after some getting right.
Dabba doos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
after. Oh man, it was the best.
Have you ever had any close calls with the blowtorch or anything with the dabbies?
Yeah, freaking leave the freaking torch on
Oh my!
Back out and be like, walk back in the room, like, no way, that thing is.
And what? It's just sitting on a table with a flame, just pointing out.
Yeah.
Oh, holy fuck!
Yeah.
I've had a couple back. I used to do them like 5-8 years ago, and you know, you would do it, the rig would be done or whatever, and then you go and like touch it like you're clearing the bowl. And I've done that multiple times, and just stupid bullshit. So
get some straight cauterized fingers where your skin burnt crispy.
Immediate ice pack and water. So I don't want to get cut off again. Under a minute here, so I'm gonna close this out. Nick, I just want to thank you so much for coming on, brother. It's been truly a pleasure and honor. I hope you had a good time. I hope you'll be open to the idea of coming back on. And any final words for the people?
Shit. Get her done. Have fun.
Oh, yeah, brother. Thank you, my man. Have a great night. All right, boss?
Yep, you too, man.
See you, brother.